The first 3 seasons of Bluey were sensational.
Now we shall marry.
But will the 4th season really be the last one? If that's true, what might fans discover and see in the upcoming episodes of the series?
Yeah!
Bluey's family. At the end of the last episode of the Little Blue Dog show, we saw something that left all fans, including myself, very surprised and happy at the same time. After all, it was confirmed that Bluey has grown up and had at least one puppy. This indicates that the series' protagonist is now an adult with her own family. So it's very likely that in the upcoming episodes of the 4th season, the show will reveal more about this, which has left all of us very curious. Especially because everyone wants to know who the father of the little puppy is, Mackenzie or Jean-Luc. We also want to know the puppy's age and whether Bluey has just one pup or if there are siblings, just like Bluey and Bingo in the past. So for sure, throughout the 4th season, we will have some flash forwards, scenes from the future of the characters, where we will get more hints and clues to theorize about everything involving the future of the Healer family, where Bluey is now a mother and also a wife. But besides that, we also want answers about the future of several other characters as well. Check it all out here with us. Adult Bingo. And of course, if Bluey has grown up, Bingo is also growing up. Even in the same surprise episode where we see Bluey and her puppy, we see that her younger sister keeps a strong adventurous spirit, traveling to distant places just like their parents did when they were younger. This is proven by the photo in the digital picture frame on the house wall where we see Bingo on Easter Island. We also know that the younger Healer will graduate from college alongside her best friend, Leela. Interestingly, Chili mentions that Bingo is home when the adult Bluey arrives at the now grandparents' residence. So it's unclear if Bingo is just visiting her parents, like Bluey, or if she still lives with them. If she still lives with her parents, it means she's not married yet. But if she's just visiting, she might already have her own family, and the Healer grandparents might have other grandchildren, and Bluey might have nieces and nephews. Moreover, the 4th season of the show might show us a bit more about Bingo and Bluey's teenage years together, such as their new high school and the new challenges that teenage life brings, which are undoubtedly many.
You're crying. It's okay to cry, people cry.
The growth of Bluey's friends. Just as it will be great to see Bingo and Bluey's teenage years, it will also be fantastic to see all of Bluey's friends grown up and their interactions. For example, we know that Rusty will have a promising future as an athlete, and we also know that when he grows up, he will be a very successful professional cricket player. It would be great to see if the game of playing mom and dad between him and Indy eventually brought them closer, forming a couple during their teenage years, as it's clear that they get along very well. Additionally, it would also be fantastic to see the growth of Coco, who is completely in love with Mackenzie, as evident in the circus episode, where she desperately wants to be the wife of the little border collie, and ends up very happy lying side by side on the grass while the other puppies play with toy cars, and they are the speed bumps. Another friend who has been part of Bluey's life since they were little is Snickers, and he has been friends with the character ever since. There's a theory that the little dachshund might have a health problem, since we don't see him in the episode The Sign when all of Bluey's puppy friends hug her upon learning she's leaving. So, many fans want to know if this might be true and if Snickers' crush on Coco might become real, since Mackenzie actually likes Bluey, as evident in several episodes. Other characters that will be great to see in the future include Winton and the Terriers, since all of them are now part of Winton's family. At the end of the episode The Sign, we see that the friendship between Cornelius and the Terrier's mother progressed quickly, as one of the furry puppies mentioned at the beginning of the show that their mother liked Winton's father. And at the end of the same episode, we see that the romance between the two is what ultimately saves the Healer family from moving away from Brisbane to a faraway place. Since it seems that Cornelius will move to the Terrier's house and therefore put his house up for sale. And because it has a pool, the furry couple decides to buy Cornelius's house instead of Bluey's family's house. So, we can deduce that since everyone will be living much closer, Winton and the Terriers will become much closer, even if the little English bulldog still lives with his mother. So surely seeing this dynamic of Winton's new family is something we will see a few times in Bluey's future series. I know you love to play, so check out this awesome Sonic toy for you to have fun with. Click the link in the first pinned comment and take it home. Aunt Brandy's baby. Speaking of family, we were all very happy to see that the girl's aunt's family is growing, because during the wedding, we had the great surprise that Brandy is going to have a baby, and the girls will probably have their first male cousin. As soon as the new puppy is born, Brandy will likely share this with her younger sister, as it's clear the sisters spent years apart, because the girl's aunt felt bad about not being able to fulfill her dream of being a mother. However, this is now a problem that has been overcome, and they will certainly be closer than ever. And we will likely see Bluey and Bingo helping their aunt take care of her little puppy. Not to mention that we also want to find out who the puppy's father is. In fact, we have a pretty cool theory here on the channel that Rocco, Bandit's friend, might be the baby's father.
Well, almost.
The return of Jean-Luc. If you watched the episode Camping, you probably had teary eyes just like Bluey when she discovered that Jean-Luc and his family had left. The detail is that at the end of the same episode, years later, when the two friends' plant had already grown into a tree, Jean-Luc reappears, and this time speaking the same language as her. What happens from that moment between the two is a big mystery that we will be able to check out in the next season of the series. The two are now much older and have entered their teenage years, which might mean there could be a romantic interest between them. Which doesn't mean that Jean-Luc is the father of Bluey's puppy that we see at the end of the third season, but he would also be a strong candidate, just like Mackenzie. Regardless of all that, it would certainly be great to see a Camping Part 2 episode with Bluey and Mackenzie. Hint hint, Ludo Studios. The future of Radley and Frisky. In this same possible episode of Jean-Luc's return, we might see that the Healer family has grown larger at their campsites, possibly with Radley and Frisky participating since they all now live in the same city. The wedding between Bluey's godmother and uncle was undoubtedly the highlight of the series, and we all want to see the next steps in their relationship, possible new puppies who would be cousins to Bingo and Bluey. Moreover, as we mentioned, they all now reside in Brisbane, and it's very likely that we will see much more of Radley and Frisky in the fourth season, just as we saw a lot of Stripe and Trixie. Another thing we will undoubtedly see in the series is the future of Stripe and Trixie. Since the episode Facey Talk, it's been possible to observe that Muffin and Socks' parents have disagreements. However, in the sign, we see the couple arguing no less than 3 times. Additionally, we see their youngest daughter playing with the wedding cake figurines and simulating a fight, indicating that she's mimicking what happens quite frequently at home. We also found out that Trixie and Stripe are not officially married since Muffin's mother tries to catch the bouquet, and only women who want to get married participate. And since nothing in Bluey is accidental, this brings us to 2 major possibilities. Either we will see Stripe and Trixie finally formalize their union with another beautiful ceremony, or, unfortunately, we will see the couple separate throughout the 4th season. Honestly, I'm rooting for them to stay together and for their relationship to improve. If you really love cartoons, we have some incredible news for you. We've launched a new quiz channel. In it, we'll test our knowledge about our favorite cartoons and movies like Bluey, Peppa Pig, and many others. It will be a journey full of challenges, laughter, and lots of fun with Wavy. Don't waste any time. Subscribe now at the link in the description or point your camera at the QR code on the screen and start playing. I'll see you there. Judo's dad. If there's a big mystery in Bluey, it's definitely the identity of Judo's dad, Bluey's neighbor and friend since they were tiny puppies. We know that Wendy came from England to live in Australia at some point in the past, and since Judo was born in the country, we can deduce that this happened at least 7 years ago. What we don't know is if her husband came along, or if she met him in Bluey's land. The fact is, even if it's not proven, it's very likely that Wendy is no longer married, which could indicate either they divorced or that Judo's mother is a widow. In any case, the next season might bring us the answer to this big mystery.
I'm curious.
Grandpa Bob and Grandpa Mort. Bluey's 2 grandfathers are characters who brought many new things to the show as they started participating in the series. We know that Grandpa Mort is a widower and lives far away from the city. On the other hand, Grandpa Bob spent 90% of the show missing after appearing in the episode Grannies in the 1st season. He only appeared at Radley's wedding, where we discovered that he had spent some time in India finding himself, which means we might learn many more things about both of them, perhaps even through flashbacks, and we could also see Bandit and Chili when they were kids or teenagers, which would be really cool. Actually, I'm sure all the upcoming Bluey episodes will be amazing, as always. And if you enjoy cartoons and animated movies, we're leaving 2 really cool videos for you to check out. Just click on the one you prefer and relax. Thanks, and see you next time.